What is up, guys? Welcome back to Jungle Gap. So a little bit of a less scripted video here. It has come to my attention that recently, one of the most misunderstood concepts, especially taking from a jungle perspective, but this applies to pretty much every single lane, which is team play, okay? Team play is something that is so misunderstood in the League of Legends community. So I'm hoping to shed some light here. I'm hoping to kind of ramble a little bit about, from my experience being a challenger player, being an expert player, and coaching lots and lots of SoloQ players. How can we use team play? When should we mute all? These kinds of questions is something that I want to answer for you all. And yeah, this video is going to be really, really heavy information. So, get ready. Okay, so the very, very first thing in terms of team play. Now, I'm a jungle main. I make mostly jungle content, but how to effectively ping and to be an in-game leader in IGL is something that every single role can do. And the reason why it's so important to be an IGL and to ping stuff and to, make calls for your team is because, something that I've noticed when coaching is that if you consistently just follow other people's pings, if you consistently just follow other people's plays, then how can you expect your decision-making and your macro knowledge to climb any higher than that platinum, gold, silver, diamond guy that you're following, right? You need to make your own plays. You need to ping. You need to be a shot caller. It does not matter what role you play. If you're a top laner, you ping that drag, you ping your TP, you recognize that you have numbers, you recognize that you're stronger, whatever it is. And the way to do that effectively, guys, remember, if I'm a jungler here, right, and I want to play for this Drake, too many times do I see these kinds of pings on the way, and that's it. You really want to get your team involved. Obviously this is very, very much more for a jungler, okay, to make these kinds of pings because you're the kind of motor of the team. You're moving around the map. It's really important to ping on people's icons. So mid, assist, assist, bot, assist, assist. I like to call it the 2 ping. Okay, you ping who you want and what you want. Hey, I want to go invade the enemy's red here. I'm going to ping my top, my mid, and I'm going to ping what I want. I want to take the scuttle here. I'm going to ping my bot. I'm going to ping the scuttle, right? So you really want to be, there are levels to pinging. I think pinging is one of the most incredible ways to communicate if you do it correctly, okay? Don't spam ping like this on your team 100 times. That's annoying, right? Especially, again, laners laning, like people are very, very focused and tunnel vision on their camps. And this is the same if you're jungling, I'm like fighting the enemy jungle in river here. It's not useful for me if my mid laner is just spam pinging danger on my character, right? It's not useful. It would be much more effective if he, pinged danger on mid and then danger on me. So the way that you ping is very, very important to team play. Okay, the next thing here that I'm going to talk about. So these are things that I'm going to be actually demonstrating in a game, by the way, guys. So how to sync up with your team and avoid chain inting. So one of the biggest kind of ways that the game can snowball one way or the other is the idea of syncing up our tempo line. So this is more of a mid-game idea. If you've seen my content before, you'll know about uptime, downtime. And this is just essentially a game of pressure. Like League of Legends, especially in the mid-game, is a game of pressure. So if your team is all not on the map, right? If maybe your mid lane died and your support is running this way and your bot lane is just about to run out of lane, and this is the mid-game, right? You don't want to make plays in their jungle. You don't want to make plays if the enemy team is not showing, because your team cannot utilize that pressure. So for example, if I went for a play and I invade their Krugs here, and maybe, maybe we get the Krugs, but I just die, right, to 3 people. Like this. This is just purely an example based. The problem with this is that my team is not on the map, so they can't even gain anything back. For example, if my mid was mid lane here, he would actually be able to hit the mid tower or get the mid push, and my bot lane would, be able to fight 2v2 because I've shown that now the enemy jungler is on me. So obviously dying here is not good, but playing in sync with your team, this goes for all roles. You want to pressure or you want to play uptime, you want to play on your team sequence when your team is on the map. So if someone gets caught, right, and you're about to play uptime, okay, and this guy gets caught here because maybe he was playing too fast. Maybe we're not on the map yet and he gets caught. Maybe your support gets caught and he dies. The worst thing that you can do is continue playing uptime. The worst thing you can do is just play like everything is fine. It's really important that all the other members just play downtime. Maybe you take your blue, mid lane takes the wave, maybe he takes a reset here, your bot lane plays safe. Like everyone should be trying to say, okay, we have some casualties on the map, and now we want to make sure that we're not chain inting, because what happens is, okay, now my bot lane dies. Now we want to play, right? Now this guy TP's back on. Now this guy dies because they have more numbers. It's all, you've probably experienced it before, right? Chain inting. So syncing up pressure, something I'm going to be demonstrating in the game as well. Again, I already know what you're going to say. oh, how can I stop this? How can I stop people chain inting? Don't worry, I'm gonna get to that. Don't worry. And that's the very next thing, how to adapt and accept reality. So if your team is chain inting, right, the best thing that you can do is not chain int with them. So if your team is chain inting, accept reality. Okay, now everyone's chain inting. I know that this is a bad fight. The worst thing you can do here in terms of team play is compensate. So team play is not about just blindly following. Team play is about doing what's best for the entire map. So what's best for the entire map is that I actually let my support and my top lane die here, and my mid, goes and takes the bot wave, and I just clear my camps in the downtime while we wait for everyone to then again spawn and come back, and now we can play together again. We like to call it tempo lines here, right? We're all in this tempo line now. So if this guy gets attacked here, we can attack here. If these guys get attacked here, we can, my top laner can push here because the top laner TP down here. Things like this, very important, in sync with your team. And don't worry, no matter what MMR you are, by the way, bronze until literally challenger, you will think about team play. You will think about syncing up with your team. Of course, concepts get a little bit, as you get higher, sometimes you can cheat a base, right? Even though your team is still on the map, sometimes you can base big item power spikes, okay? Now, I've already just talked about this, but this is how we can maximize our team's pressure. So even if we have like an inting 0-10 Alawi here, but he's kind of pulling two people towards, we can use that. Oh, nice. Okay, we can take this guy's pressure and we can take the Drake, or, whatever it may be. You can actually use inters. You can use your team's pressure. And so that's something that you really want to be looking to do, especially in the uptime when all of our tempo lines are kind of up. So the other thing as well is like letting your team make their own plays. So I like to call it, kind of just letting your team cook. So like, for example, you don't need to feel like, again, this is coming from a jungle perspective, but this is for all lanes once again. Just because the enemy mid laner roams to the enemy bot lane, right? And maybe you feel, kind of obligated to follow this roam. But sometimes you just got to let your team kind of cook up a little bit and just play your own game. Like hit the mid tower, or maybe as jungle here, right? My team, like I'm on Krugs here, and my team goes for a play on their bot lane, right? It doesn't mean that I have to like skip all my camps to be involved in this. If I'm not going to make it to that play, I'm just going to let my team make a play here, and I'm just going to maybe go and get the mid wave. I'm just going to play for myself. So you don't always have to be using, or you don't always have to be involved in the play, but you do have to be aware of the play and what you can gain from it. So for example, if the enemy jungle now also goes here, oh cool, I can get the mid wave and then maybe I can go take some grubs, whatever that may be. Again, for all roles, this is the same thing. It's all about pressure. Now this next one is something new, okay? And I've kind of thought about this, for a long time. I have been someone who has been pretty adamant about just mute all, play your own game, this kind of thing. But I do think there's a mentality aspect to this game where just simply saying my bad, right, after a play, can really, really help the game's mental. Now, I will be talking about when we should mute all, when we should kind of ignore people. That is all still part of this, okay? I'm not completely taking a 180 here and saying that, it's all good, guys. Let's all be best friends or whatever. But saying my bad, okay, even if it's like, it's just a lost fight. I know the Whippo meme is pretty funny, right, about that. But just saying my bad is actually really, really good. And, most people don't really like to blame themselves. And when you just like kind of just take blame, we lost a fight, my bad. It just helps the overall positive mental PMA, positive mental attitude of the entire game, which is good, which is what you want. And when it comes to winning, we do whatever we can to win. And so let's talk about like when we should mute all, right? So if you've just woken up one day and you're just not feeling it, okay, you feel like something's going to tick you off. Someone pinging you is going to, if someone pinging you once is going to tick you off, by the way, maybe you shouldn't be queuing up. If you're feeling like that, it is completely acceptable to mute all. Mute all also allows you to have complete accountability, right? This is why mute all is such a great thing, because if you get roamed on by the enemy mid and you missed a ping, well, most likely than not, you can actually learn from this still by saying, okay, my awareness wasn't good here. I should have checked that he had priority off of mid and he could move to the top fight when I fight this guy on grubs. Like, it still is good, but obviously in terms of winning the game, like pings and effectively using pings, I'm a big fan of how to use pings. So yeah, if you're feeling tilted, if someone's spam pinging you, I would suggest muting people individually. Pings are great. Chat, not as much. Don't try and be making game plans in chat. Don't try and be typing out essays about, because again, adapting, accepting reality, things will never go exactly the way that you want, or the way that they should, or just have zero expectations about that. But yeah, we're going to be going into a game now. I'm going to be taking it from a jungle perspective. I'm going to be trying to show you guys how to apply some of these things, especially the part about being an in-game leader, making calls. The great thing about, again, making your own calls is that you have all the accountability. So if you make a call, if you ping that you want to fight, you get your whole team to fight and it fails, well, guess what? You have the accountability there and you can analyze, oh, why did this fail? It didn't just fail because I was just being a follower, okay? Again, especially for a jungle main, if you are a jungle main, being a follower is not something that you really want to be taking the, you are the motor of the team and you want to kind of be assertive. You want to be, creating the plays and pinging people and let's do this and let's do that. Obviously, again, depends on what champion you play as well. Sometimes you will just, float around the map, maybe as Graves and carry junglers, you just care about yourself. You care about golden XP. This is especially important as well if you play bruisers and tanks and people who spike. So let's jump into a game now and show you guys some of what I'm talking about in action. Alrighty guys, so now as you can see, jumping into the game, we're playing it around a diamond/master tier game. And of course, like my usual videos, I talk lots and lots about fundamentals. I talk lots about, all the different things. But for this exact, for this video in particular, we're just going to be talking mainly about the team play stuff. Okay, we're going to be really having a hard focus on team play. Everything involved in team play. And so, it's something that I mentioned before is that, like you're going to ask, in my MMR and this MMR and that MMR, whatever rank you're in, right, you're going to say that people do or don't listen to pings. And of course, maybe 5 out of 10 games, right, people are not going to be listening to your pings, which is going to happen in every single MMR that you can play in, right? Every single MMR that you play in, that is going to happen, which is fine. If you can make your mid or your top or whoever you're communicating with, even if it's just 50% of the time where you are improving on that thing, that is completely okay. And, I've picked Jarvan for this game in particular, because, obviously as well, if you play things like Graves, when you have less agency to engage or make the plays or whatever it may be, right? You are obviously going to, this skill of being an IGL, or I like to call it being the commander, is going to be less important to you. That is true. This is the same thing for other lanes as well. If you play Galio, team play and communication is going to be huge because you have so much setup. So yeah, if you have setup, if you're playing Alistar, it's going to be really important. But of course, it's always relevant. Okay, it is always relevant. And so, we're just going to be clearing down in this game. The first thing we're going to be talking about actually is communicating as a jungler with pings and what kind of pings I want. So as you can see, I got the ward on the Raptors, right? Which means that the enemy jungler is going to be pathing up. Okay, Nocturne is starting blue. He's clearing towards the top side. We should see him on top side in a second. So right now I'm not going to ping anything yet, okay? Sometimes you could ping something like this, right? When he's on it, which he's not on it right now, which is a little bit odd. Okay, so I'm going to ping like this. And I'm going to ping some pings like this. Okay, now he shows like this, so I'm going to ping like this. Look at my pings. Look at how I'm communicating, right? When I've watched actually the rank 1 Korean jungler recently, I was doing some VOD review. Okay. He actually implements this thing, which is pinging the jungler in the chat. And I always thought maybe this was a bit overkill. But now this is confirmed for me that it is not overkill. That you should be doing it. Yes, this is about habits as well. It's going to feel a little bit weird. Doing so many pings. Okay, look like this again. This is the kind of pings you want to do. Because I'm finishing my last camp. He's finishing his last camp. Okay, spare tempo. I'm cutting them off here. You see, I'm not playing to save my team. This is still team play, okay? He's not playing to not save your team. And we'll just honestly just go for the free kill. Perfect. Okay. Just give them a little bit of I have some spare time again, so yeah, there you go. So even though, okay, I actually don't know if he got this ward before or after my pings. Okay, but I'm gonna take some of the credit here, okay, because I'm pinging effectively, okay, and you guys may not believe it. You guys are just gonna think, oh, my team will still die, and it's true. Sometimes they will still die, but you will save them 50% of the time, at least. Okay, I'm being generous. Okay, please don't stop me. Okay, we love that. Okay, what am I building this game? I think I'm just going straight for, because they have so many tanks, they have so many melee champs, right? I don't actually think the profane build is good this game. Okay, so look here. Right, Nocturne is going to base now. Now he's going to be here, so I'm going to ping like this. Boom. We ping. That's it. So if my bot lane could like potentially be getting ganked right now, I'll ping like this. Just like this. Okay, and it may be like a little bit annoying or whatever. Okay, let's see what this Riven does here. She may int. This could be a bit of an int check. All right, my Ornn's the goat. So again, I'm watching the Nocturne. I'm being the motor of the team, the motor of the team. I am not just thinking about my own camps, my own things. Okay, this is incredible. This is also very, very important as you get to a higher MMR. You're thinking about the entire map. Okay, so where will Nocturne gank mid from? Probably bot side. He may be choosing to either gank mid now from here, so I'm going to ping like this. As I'm just clearing. You know, I'm just constantly thinking about where he is at. Okay, my Annie uses flash, and now I'm thinking he's probably on the top side. Okay, so I'm going to ping like this. Right? Every time I ping like that, you know, look at this guy's, like, he's respecting now. He's like, oh, okay, I don't want to die to Nocturne. And it's not, again, I'm not doing annoying pings. I am just doing, hey, this could happen. Good luck. Make up your own mind. I'm not like, it's not like I'm pathing mid there to save Annie. I'm just simply giving him, I'm letting him make his decision. Like, what are you going to do? Okay. Nocturne pathing up. I'm pathing down. Bot lane doesn't look like they can get ganked here. So, we are going to do the Drake. Important. Okay, just a little sneaking in a couple of other fundamentals. Jungle tracking. Having sweeper here. The enemy champs will never ever do anything here. And like, you know, sometimes if I'm feeling scared that okay, again, here, I need to be thinking about what Nocturne's going to do. 2 pings, that's it. Because I know that Nocturne's not on my screen here. He has to be on Krugs. He has to be on top grab. Boom, 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 boom. We ping. Now I see that... Okay, hopefully Galio's not moving on me. Okay, he's actually bot lane here. Cool. Okay, no way. Did I actually just solo die to Drake? Okay, next play. What's next? I don't actually think I have died to a dragon in an extremely long time. And also Nocturne just would have full cleared then he would have based, right? So that was the timer that he was on. And honestly, I should have pinged my team to come and help on the Drake there. I should have secured it. But I actually, those are just misjudgment. Okay, nothing to do with team play. Okay, we think what's next? We're going to ping like this. Even though Annie's already coming here, we're pinging on them. We're pinging on the guy. I'm just going to not show myself until I need to. I'm going to wait for Annie's stun here. Okay, never mind. I need to use it earlier, I guess. Wow. I think he's out here. Okay. Okay. Should have used my EQ as well. Thought Annie could get in range, but that's okay. Okay, so the game continues. And we'll just full clear bot. Full clear bot once again. And yeah, when something like this happens, guys, like, I just made a video coaching a guy. And yeah, it sucks when, like, something is going to happen, right? I'm going to leave this. I'm going to keep, you know, I'm going to post this video anyway, even though I got solo killed by the Drake. Because something bad can happen. And it doesn't mean that you should just shut down, okay? It means that, you know, the game is still an opportunity for you to make correct decisions, to make good plays. The game isn't over after one bad play, even though it was an absolute disaster. So here it's kind of hard for me to track Nocturne. I think he is just clearing up, okay? His tempo is a little bit ahead of mine because he's just ahead of me. So he's already going to be on this. I'm going to ping it like this. I'm going to ping where he's at. We will continue clearing down. We're checking the chat here. Any summoners being pinged? Nope. It's another thing. Chat is an important part for information as well in terms of like what your team is pinging. Okay, so they're going to play for these grubs. And my Caitlyn is actually doing some good pings here, right? They're going to play for this. So we're just going to play for this. We're going to trade. Oh, Alistair actually ended up going back to bot side here. So maybe he can get caught in between. I'm gonna tell my Karma what to do here. I'm gonna say, you know, they're on the grubs here. So, okay, no play. That's it. Grubs, unfortunately, in this case, are not tradable for anything. But we just keep going. We will play for the scuttle next. I want to try and not show on any vision, so I'm gonna, you know, try and find a way to avoid this ward that they just placed. Hopefully there's a cone up here. No, there's not. Okay, there's also wards here. Wow, this Alistair's a beast. So we'll just use our spare time to clear some vision now. This ward is going to die in like 3 seconds, so I'm not even going to bother clearing it. Galio is hovering bot side here. Okay, so I'm not going to get anything from this round. And I just want to get out here because I see my Annie is basing. Okay, they didn't do scuttle, which means... Oh, they didn't do grubs, which means that Nocturne is 100% bot side. 100%. Okay, so we're just going to take the base here. I probably could have crossed maybe into the top side and done them. But yeah, he's 100% on this scuttle. So lots of jungle tracking in terms of... Well, in terms of a jungle perspective, lots and lots of jungle tracking. Oh, okay, he did do it. So it's just a little bit late. That's all good. I'm still on tempo for my Gromp here. Okay, look at the pings. Look at the pings. Look at the pings. Okay, you really want to ping like this. He's going to get stuck now. They do have Galio ult. So now I'm back pinging. Like, we take that small win and we just back off. Okay? Communicate what you want as well. Like, I don't want to fight here anymore. So I'm just pinging back. That's it. That's how you want to communicate in those situations. Now I'm going to ping on the way here. The Nocturne does see me. This 2v2 I think is fine. To be honest with you. So I'm pinging on the way here. I'm going to lead with just flash ult so I can follow it up with the EQ. Land my damage securely. So lots of communication and pings once again here. And I would really encourage you guys to see how I'm pinging. I'm going to take a base here for item. And implement it in your own games. Again, no matter what role you play, these pings are useful. It's not a jungle thing. Though for jungle, it's quite important. Okay, drag spawning in 34 seconds. I want to clear my top side camps first. Oh, let's go bot lane. Check the as soon as a fight happens, check the chat. Oh, nice. Nice pings, Caitlyn. She's you know, she's implementing it as well. She's like, yo, Nocturne never showed topside. Let's get out of it. Very nice to see. Okay. So we're going to keep just clearing down here. Dragon in 10 seconds. So look here. I'm going to tell my Karma, hey, can you go and ward the Drake? Look at the communication. Now, once again, depending on what she does, you got to adapt. Like, I don't really want to run here and check the Drake, right? Because I want to clear my camps. So I'm going to use my team as a resource here to ward the Drake for me, so then I can ping on the way. Okay, Gallia, no ult. This should be fightable. We also have our Sundered here. They've pulled it out. I'm going to ping here. Yeah, okay, this guy's coming this way. I'm pinging on everyone. I'm saying, yeah, let's fight. So we're going to get some vision control. We're going to play slow. Nocturne's now maybe the one that's caught. We're going to play very slow here. Keep playing slow. Follow up on the Annie stun. Okay, that was interesting. Try and peel a little bit here. Maybe this is fightable. I'm not too sure. Yeah, okay. Seems cooked. That's it. We messed it up. That's it. Accept reality. You know, that could have gone very, very differently. If the Annie stun landed, but that's okay. This is the reality of playing this game. Not everything is going to go perfectly to plan. Okay, I can bait this guy, maybe. Nice. Looks good. I'm actually going to save my EQ for the Corki here instead. And I'm just going to execute him so he doesn't get any extra damage. Alright, perfect. So because we did not compensate here, even though we're talking about team play, you don't want to follow things blindly. And yeah, this could be a little bit of my knowledge and, you know, my pattern recognition for these things of, you know, once we mess that up, it is what it is. Just take the L. But when you don't compensate, new plays, new ideas, when you ask yourself what's next, there will be more chances for you to, you know, have plays. Like I said, if I got tilted off that first Drake, guys, and I just like tilted, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so bad. What am I doing? And then here I'm like, okay, I have to fight this now because I inted before, so I have to fight here now. Like the game could just be over. But seeing as, you know, 50% of the games that you play, guys, you're going to be playing it most likely from behind. Not because of you're behind, but because your team is losing. 50% your team's going to be losing. So it is incredibly important to have. Okay, look, letting my team cook here. I'm not going to like run down here, right? Like let their team make your own plays. I'm not going to run down here and be a part of this because I'm definitely going to miss it. So I'm just going to be selfish here, be greedy, get this top wave, do my own thing as well. And yeah, just let my team cook. Not going to chase his Riven. Can't do that. Try and be safe here because I don't actually see Nocturne bot side, which is a little bit scary. Okay, now he's going bot. There he is now. And again, just let my team cook. Just let him cook. Check my Ornez TP. No TP. Okay, I'm going to take another top wave. And it does kind of suck to be stuck up here. Like, I'm not going to lie. It does kind of suck. But, hey, that's the reality of the game. I am at least farming efficiently, right? I am like, you know, taking the top wave, then taking my Gromp, then taking the top wave. So I'm doing it efficiently. Ooh, I see Nocturne here. Okay, let's get some pings going. We want to fight this guy. So again, you see how I'm pinging. So even though my Caitlyn is not responding to it, that's fine. Okay, Nocturne gets out. And that's it. We're pinging here. It's kind of hard to kill this guy, so I'm not going to go on him. So again, I'm not following my team's pings here either, right? Because I'm trusting my own decision making. Okay, I need EQ in 1, EQ in 2. And we'll just execute. Keep this guy trapped here. Should be able to kill him once he gets tethered. Once his ult runs out. Perfect. Okay, we'll push now. Okay. Not really much I can take here. So we're just going to go back for the camps. We're thinking about what to play for next. Again, my team is, or my Caitlyn's off map here. So we're going to start talking about the mid game now and about syncing with our team. and about playing for, you know, the same thing. So I could go to Krugs here, but I see that my top side is like, there's something happening here, right? Like mid's coming back, Karma's doing this stuff. Like there is pressure here that I can either use, even if it's just to get the top scuttle. Not even about the rift, not even about the top play. There are things that I can get here. So I want to be here over like basing, for example, even though I have like a decent amount of gold. Okay, now Nocturne shows up. I know he's ulting top now 100%, so I'm going to ping on the way. I'm going to let my team know what's happening. Walk up. I'm going to hold my EQ here, actually. And I'll need to use my flash. Okay, maybe it's fightable. I think... No, we should try and EQ out. I think I'm probably... Am I cooked? Let's see. I think I'm fine. And Annie is now pushing bot. Galio is here, so we should just try and really minimize here. So I'm going to ping back here. I'm going to make sure we're not getting baited. Okay, he's dead. That is what it is. Right, that is what it is. I'm just going to try and do my best, minimizing here with what I can. Hopefully don't queue back to that flag there. Okay, Galio uses TP bot. Okay, so in this downtime, you see how my team is dead. Making sure that I'm running out of base, even though once again, this play was not exactly what we had hoped for. We are making sure we don't int the next round by staying here, by doing Krugs, by entering the bot side, by looking for the Galio kill. I am just simply running out of base now. Okay, look, I'm adapting to my team here. Dragon spawning in 10 seconds. Ornn has no TP. Karma is topside killing this guy. So guess what? The dragon is gone. You don't have a say in it. It's the third Drake, but it is what it is. Okay? So we are just going to do what... Play with the cards that have been dealt. Okay? Play with the cards that have been dealt. I've been dealt a hand here. And depending on how you play your hand... Okay? Accept reality. Play the hand that you've been given. The hand I've been given here is that we went for the Karma kill. For the Riven kill. So now we're just going to take the Rift. My Annie is bot side. She has no TP. So, yeah, okay, that's fine. We get the Rift Herald, they get the Drake. It's the third dragon. It's not exactly a position that I would love to be in, but it is what it is. Annie's in base. It is kind of uptime here for my team. I just need to play a little bit carefully on the Raptor camp. Like, I just need to pull it out like this. All right, now Riven uses TP top. We actually have TP advantage now. So I'm going to keep playing uptime here. This guy just used his thing. I'm going to ping to chase. I'm going to ping my on TP. So I'm just making plays here, right? Okay. It's okay. I'm going to try and knock this guy up. Oh, that was huge. Yeah, we'll just keep fighting. This guy's dead. This guy's dead. Cool. And we'll keep going. So this is all about playing in sync with my team. This is once again all about the fact that I did not, after my top laner, after my team died topside, this is just all about the fact that I didn't compensate for that. I just played, right? I just synced up with the next round. All right, next. So much of this game, guys, is about just thinking about what's next. What is next? What is next? You know, positive mental attitude. Yeah, I get tilted too. Okay, I'm not going to pretend I'm this monk that never never gets tilted from his team, from anyone. I'm just giving you guys the know-how of, okay, this is the most optimal way for you to improve and for you to climb. Okay, so look here. Ready? Look, Karma base. Back, back, back. Just back it up. I'm going to base anyway. I saw my Karma channeling a base there, so I'm just going to commit to the base. I am going to build Mercs this game. I am going to build Death Dance. Nice. Look at this. New sequence beginning. Perfect. Again, if your team is inting there, dying here, doing that, just do your own thing. Okay? There's no excuse of like, oh, my team just sucks. Like, I mean, yeah, that is the case sometimes, but like, there's always a play that you can make. There's always a correct play, quote unquote. Now I'm just waiting for my team here, right? The enemies are tilted here. Okay, the enemies are making some bad plays. And now my team is right next to me, so I know that this is a good fight. There we go. And now we think about what we can take. So I'm pinging here to like push, push, push. I'm gonna ping my Karma to come with me here, because I want to be in between here. Because I want to play from the mid tower. Oh, my flag didn't hit. Am I inting? I got cancelled. That's so sad. I didn't adapt there. Okay, I did not adapt to my team. My team was just mid. I mean, I kind of just entered a little bit. It's okay. My Karma didn't come with me, right? So I should have just been a little bit more careful. But that's it. Like, sometimes you're going to ping something and people are not going to listen. And you can't you can't have the mentality of, you know, he may be thinking in his game, I think it's better for me to be mid here. I think it's better for me to be grouped. I don't want to be with you. I think this is useless. And you have to accept that reality. Okay? So my team is now playing uptime, and I'm still going to try and think about kind of like shot calling for them, right? I want to think about, okay, well, let me think here. There's 2 dead here. Yeah, you guys can take this tower. Or, okay, you have no more wave. Let's just back now. Let's defend this. You know, let's have a downtime round. Let's ping the next objective as well. Pinging the next objective is very, very important. Okay, so is anyone going to get this wave? No, it's not. So I'm going to take it. I need to make sure that we are maximizing the gold that we gain. I'm not going to take this wave. Okay, look, my Ornn just changed his angle there because he's like, yo, thanks. You're leaving me that wave. That's great. We want to push this wave out topside and we want to play for this Drake. Look at my team here. How many camps would you guys farm in this situation? Okay, I'm going to farm... Well, I'm going to move that right now. Okay, it doesn't look good, I think, because someone is dead here instantly. They are kind of going a bit deep here. So I'm just going to kill Alistair just for free. Okay, I'm going to... I missed my EQ, but it's okay. Still okay. We can play slow. Ornn is not going to TP, so it's 3v3 right here. We don't really want to... We don't want to int it too hard here. 40 seconds on Drake. Okay, we're just going to ping back here. That's it. Ornn is gaining something right now. He's gaining a big plus. Riven will have to come back in. We'll have pressure for the Drake. Okay, cool. There's some camps I can take here. Okay, you see here, I'm letting my team do whatever. Like, Karma can do this if she wants. There's still 20 seconds on the Drake. And now we have Ornn move. We should have Ornn move from top. 19 seconds on Drake. This guy needs to come here now. And I'm actually not even going to go top now. I'm just going to let this guy do this. Because if I do that, obviously I'm going to lose the game more often than not by going top. So now I'm going to move towards this. Try and not take us, you know, all this damage for free. We're playing for vision now. Annie is bot side, so we're seeing that. Ornn is top, so it's 4v4 here. I'm just going to use my flag. Okay, is this Karma really basing here? Is this what's happening? Okay, my Karma's basing. Look what I have to do here, right? We can like bluff a little bit here. All right, good. Yeah, good pings. Annie's doing this. I'm just following it slowly. Okay, Karma's now coming, so I'm going to actually hit the Drake here. We're all going to group on the bot side. I'm going to throw a flag here, just for vision. And we're going to do the Drake. Ornn died. Okay, I know that Riven has no TP, but it is better to turn here instead of flip for the 50-50, I think. But I'm just going to flip for the 50-50 now. Okay, Nocturne's 1 HP. Oh, what an ultimate ability. I am the GOAT. Surely we win this, right? I'm just gonna fight, whatever. Just gonna fight for my team. I just said what an ult to my own ult. Who even does that? Anyway, okay. Cool. So we win the fight. That's great. Nice. Super good. That didn't really go exactly how I envisioned it, right? I envisioned my Ornn pushing top, roaming to the Drake, having the kind of like the pressure off the top push, and us getting dragon, but it didn't exactly work like that. So yeah, of course, a lot of playing the game is going to be adapting on the fly. You know, my Karma randomly just based. So if I randomly just decided to engage there or didn't notice it or anything like that, yeah, it would have been Sol for them. Once again, another opportunity for them to be winning the game, maybe. Yeah, my team is A-ramming here. We're going to backping just because we're not there yet. We want to play for an objective, so I'm going to be pinging these towers just to give my team like some kind of something to do. I'm still going to click and pan here because it looks like the enemy team, it might just be something happening here, and I'd rather be farming raptors than like my own blue here. Yep, okay, and something is happening. I think this is still nothing, so I'm going to backping everyone. I'm going to again ping top. I'm going to again ping on them. Depending on what they do, let's see. If they just decide to base it, that's fine. Okay, cool. Annie just bases. That's fine. It is what it is. I'm still, you know, being an IGL. I'm still making calls. Half my team stayed here. We've got to be very careful here, honestly. Annie's still not here. So Annie's not here. I wanna play it safe a little bit. I'm gonna ping on Annie. Okay, Riven now shows bot side, so it's all good now. I think this is... I mean, I think I'm fine. They're probably going on my team. I want to follow this up. Okay, we're winning. Cool. Alright, and that should be almost GG. Angle. So yeah, looking back at this game, again, it's pretty... I don't think I've died to a dragon like that in a very long time. I literally got solo killed by the dragon. I think Jarvan might be weak or something. or that Drake's just OP. But I'm glad, okay, I'm glad, because even something like that happens, you just got to remember. Okay, what's next? It's not over. The game will still give you a bunch of questions that you can answer. Okay, it's not an end angle. It is a double inhib angle, which is good. So this is also classic throw zone. Okay, you want to backping your team. If your team dies here like this, don't care. Okay, unless the enemy really int and they chase into our bush here. They chase into our bush, we can stay and kill them. If not, we really want to base. So here as well, I'm going to really make sure that we don't get baited by anything. Okay, nice. And next objective, Drake, 1 minute 50. Baron is also on the cards here. I have a little bit of time here until my team gets on the map. My Ornn is late, but he has TP, so I'm always checking numbers. I'm always checking TPs. This could be like a Hail Mary Baron situation for them. Okay, we blued it, so they're definitely not on it, so that means they're stacking. Ornn is pushing bot. So I'm going to tell him to push, and I'm going to tell my team to back here. Because this is not winning for them. If they start Baron, we will TP. But we need to just play safe. Again, I'm going to keep back pinging. Okay, now we're going to clear some vision, because now they're showing on the mid wave. We shouldn't start it, though. It's a throw to start. I'm short calling for my teammate. The game is already over. Look, watch what happens here. Top gets pushed. Bot gets pushed. They're going to try to, you know... Oh, my Caitlyn is really inting it. I think this is fine because I'm just stopping them from going on the team. And we just play the team fight up. Still was not a great scenario, but okay, we can just end the game now. So yeah, that's like their only chance to win right there. And my Caitlyn was, I mean, he wants to play for fun because he's really fed. But yeah, that's going to wrap up the video, guys. I really hope that you were able to learn something about team play. I hope, you know, you can, I don't know, maybe you can't relate to dying on the Drake, but maybe that's just me. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a comment, leave a like, consider dropping a sub, and I'll see you all in the future vids. That's it. Peace.